Before the sun rose each morning, David walked to work carrying more than a mop and a bucket. He carried a dream that no one else could see. Every morning, hundreds of employees rushed into the building. They walked past David without even noticing him. Every lunch break, while others relaxed, David opened a small notebook. Instead of wasting time, he filled its pages with ideas that could one day change the company. When everyone went home, David stayed behind. Every empty office became his classroom. One evening, David noticed a simple problem that was not costing the company money every single day. David shared his idea with a manager, but it was ignored. Before anyone even heard the full plan, David didn't become angry. He simply returned to work and continued learning every day. One person saw something different in David, a woman named Sarah. Impressed by his ideas, Sarah promised to arrange a meeting with the company's CEO. The next morning, David received a message that would change his life forever. David took a deep breath as he stood outside the CEO's office. For years, he had dreamed of this moment. Today, he finally had the chance to be heard. As David stepped into the meeting room, every conversation stopped. The executives looked at one another in confusion. They couldn't believe the CEO had invited the company's janitor to an executive meeting. The room fell completely silent. The CEO looked at David with confidence and said, "We've heard you have an idea. The floor is yours." Every eye in the room turned toward the young janitor. David opened his notebook and calmly explained a simple plan to reduce waste and improve efficiency. At first, the executives expected an ordinary suggestion, but as he continued, their expressions slowly changed from doubt to amazement. The CEO leaned forward and asked a difficult question. The room became silent once again. Without hesitation, David smiled, thought for a moment, and gave a clear, confident answer that impressed everyone. The CEO looked around the room and asked, "What do you all think?" For a moment, no one spoke. Then, one executive slowly began to clap. Within seconds, the entire boardroom erupted in applause. The same people who had doubted David were now standing to honor him. The CEO smiled and stood up. He looked at David and said, "A company grows because of people with vision. David, I don't want you cleaning our floors anymore. I want you helping lead our future." The next morning, David didn't report to the cleaning closet. Instead, he walked into his new office. The place he had once admired from a distance was now where he would help shape the company's future. Before starting his first day, David walked back to the lobby where he had once cleaned the floors. The janitors looked up in surprise. David smiled warmly and thanked them for their hard work. He had a new title, but he still had the same humble heart. David stood by the window, looking out over the city where his journey had begun. He remembered every early morning, every floor he had cleaned, every page he had written, and every person who had overlooked him. He smiled, knowing one truth: your starting point does not determine your destination, your mindset does. Never let your current position define your future. Success begins with the way you think, the habits you build, and the courage to keep learning even when no one is watching. Every great leader starts somewhere. Keep learning, keep believing. Your story is just beginning.